So after making these changes, I've got kind of a long function, and I've still got these things in separate spans, but now the work I went to style them differently is not happening anymore. I think the way I ended up doing it was I actually put classes on these, right? But they're not there anymore. So I wonder if we can do that. Let me tell you a little something about our friend, the dev tools. They're great. Check this out. I click on any element inside the inspector here. See how it says equal equal $0? Use $0 in the console to refer to this element. If you want to mess with one of the things on your page, you don't have to go to the console and say document.querySelector. You can just grab it from the Elements tab and start messing with it. It's awesome. So now $0 in the console is that span. Very, very handy. I did not learn this as early as I wish I had learned it.
So when you do that, does anything change in the actual code?
No, nothing changes in your actual HTML. This is basically, it all goes away when you hit refresh. So yeah, if you do stuff that you want to keep, you have to remember to go change your code accordingly. Yeah, which can be, especially when you're fooling with CSS, can be kind of hard to remember. There are some recent additions to the dev tools that make that a little easier to tell exactly what you changed. I can't remember how you do it, but there are some tools that make it a little easier to see what you've changed. So $0 now is that span. So let's say $0. Can we do anything with class? Ooh, class name, class list. Both sound intriguing. What's class list? DOM token list. Square bracket something. So again, it's an array-like thing. We have all these array-like things. Node list, there was like form control list, all this stuff. Class list. Let's see, $0.0.ClassList dot. Ooh, we got all kinds of stuff here. We got add. Wonder if that works. So if I want to add a class, like spell name, now it's underlined. Totally worked. Span classical spell name now. Grab the other one. Now it's $0. $0 class list add level. Cornflower blue. Totally works. So it was easy within our HTML, but we can totally do this with just JavaScript too. So here's my name span. I changed the text content. I could also change the class list. Class list.add spell name. Here's my level span. I set the text content. Level span dot class list dot add level. Why not? So now refresh the page. Of course, everything I did in the console is gone, but I have changed my code, so hopefully I did it right. Let's try again. Spell name. What's your favorite spell, Dana? You're something of a witch in your spare time, aren't you?
A little bit.
Like turn people into frogs, stuff like that. Yeah. I think that spell is called, let's see, what's a Latin sounding thing with froggy? Frogus. That's a level 7. That's some powerful stuff. And in fact, it scrolls off the page, but there's my blue 7 way over there. Why'd you have to choose such a long spell name? You're something of a trickster. You're one of those. Just trying to wreck stuff. Cool. So it worked. Our class is there. Questions about that? Add classes to the spans. So what about class name? What's the difference there? So let's grab one of these again. Let's get our level here. So now that's $0 again over in the console. $0 list. Let's see what that looks like now. Okay, it's an array looking thing. Square bracket 0 is level. If I say $0 list square bracket 0, I get level. There's an add. You think there's a remove? Sure is. Remove level from that. Not blue anymore. Throw it back on. Spell it right. Blue again. What about class name? I saw that in the list too. Okay, level. Let's add another one just to see what happens. Class list add bacon, egg, and cheese. So what is class name now? $0.class name. Level space BEC. If you're going to add it in HTML, and you have more than one class you want to add, that's what you do. You put a space between each class, not a comma or anything. Put a space between each class inside the class attribute. So that CSS property class name matches the class attribute in HTML. So multiple classes are separated by spaces. So you could try to edit that string, but that's a much bigger pain than using class list add and class list remove. For one thing, you got to tell is it already there. You don't know which order it's in, all that kind of stuff. You could end up adding the same class twice. Class list add will stop you from doing that. So class list add. Let's add bacon, egg, and cheese again. If we look at our class list, it's only there once. Cool. Class name, class list.